Today we're going to make a finger splint, specifically to enable the patient to return to playing sport. Here's what we'll need to make this splint. Some thermoplastic, scissors capable of cutting through the plastic, a heat pan which can be as simple as a basic electric frying pan, and some sport tape. So let's start creating our splint. First we need to cut the required amount of plastic. We need enough to be able to sit the plastic beneath the finger and also fold the plastic over the top of the finger. Once we've cut our required thermoplastic, it's ready to be heated in our hot water. Place the plastic into your heat pan, which should ideally be set to 75 degrees Celsius. And once our plastic has softened sufficiently, we're ready to mold. We want to start just distal to the PIP joint crease on the palm side. Fold it over onto the dorsal side and then pinch the sides right up against the lateral edges of the finger. Gently slip the splint off the finger, and now we trim off any excess plastic, particularly these extra tabs down the sides. These sport splints are intended to be as low profile as possible, so unlike our usual splints, we won't be applying any Velcro straps or rounding off the edges, so be sure to trim off any sharp or pointy sections of the splint so they taper towards the finger. Now we need to apply some sports tape for protection. When wearing a splint like this, there are three things we're trying to protect. The first is the actual fracture, sprain or injury that needs splinting, so we wrap a strip of tape around the base of the splint to keep it securely in place and protecting the finger. The second thing we want to protect is other players. That means covering the entirety of the splint in tape so there is no exposed plastic or edges that could cause damage or harm to another player. Thirdly, we need to protect the joint near to where the base of the splint ends. While our splint will protect against a knock to the injured joint higher up in the finger, it does make the lower joint a little more vulnerable than usual. So to protect this joint, we buddy tape the injured finger to its next door neighbor, with one strip near the tip of the finger and a second strip near the PIP joint for additional support. And with that we have our finished thermoplastic splint, enabling a safe and quicker return to sport. Click the on-screen link to check out our full-length video on this topic for a more in-depth tutorial.